Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibe special show on WBGR TV. You also may be watching us on Amazon Fire Stick, Roku TV, or also on Facebook Live. Ladies and gentlemen, this special show is going to feature spoken word artists from all over the United States. We're going to have Miss Tamara Addison out the Washington, D.C. area, Ursula Camille representing Raleigh, North Carolina, Kenny Fresh from Louisville, Kentucky, Courtney Adrian from Cincinnati, Ohio. We also have Miss Cookie B from Baltimore, Maryland on this show. We also have comedians Teases from D.C. We have Mr. Chris Lawrence from Baltimore, Maryland. And ladies and gentlemen, Marquise Dolford, Stellar Award nominee himself, is going to also join us. And I'm also joined right now in our Inside Vibe studio with Mr. L Dub. What's up, my brother?
Hey, what's going on? Tim Day, Lyrical Coffee House in the place.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. L Dub representing Chicago, Illinois, by way of Washington, D.C. We're going to go ahead and get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Our first artist up is going to be Osadze Murray.
See wildin', man. I know what you up to, boy. You can't fool me, man.
I'm from VA, man.
Yeah.
Oh, strong, the son of a pastor. Shimmy, shimmy, yard like old dirty.
I can't say that.
No, can't say that, can I? You can't say that.
Funky, fresh dressed to impress, ready to party. Money in his pocket, feeling proud and cocky. Clothes all stores like no cashier. Shoes cashmere, pinky ring, chandelier. Might be a young prince, future king of a nation. Marry 5 wives who looks annihilating. That's Nathan, I'm patient with what I got. Besides that, my one wife is smoking hot. Speak truth to my heart, whether or not I listen. That's love, we will never change the mission. Keep a small circle round with very few additions. Subtract all the liars so we can play our position. Cause if I love you, I'ma tell it to you. Never ruthless, you mature, get a pound out the deuces. Cause if I love you, I'ma tell it to you. Never ruthless, you mature, get a pound out the deuces.
To the spirit for helping me see the true. The tree is growing, a blessing to see the fruit. I consider all legitimate rebuke. I'm not infallible, I make mistakes too. I'm undoubtedly in need of grace. To believe God for anything, I need to faith. Yeah, no competition, but I'm in the race. Slow to speak, quick to listen, I'm just playing my position. Hey. Salute to the spirit for helping me see the true. The tree is growing, a blessing to see the fruit. I consider all legitimate rebuke. I'm not infallible, I make mistakes too. I'm undoubtedly in need of grace. To believe God for anything, I need to faith. Yeah, no competition, but I'm in the race. Slow to speak, quick to listen, I'm just playing my position.
They say I'm raw on the track like the beef when it's half cooked, and nod on the beat like the back of the math book. The answers in it, I'm so augmented. In a world where the music feels so diminished, I must admit it, she must increase. Feel like he got something good up his sleeve. Achilles heel will still be self-deception. Humankind falls each time with just one weapon. Bang, bang, shoot shot, then we drop the metal. Rebellion as witchcraft, giving power to devils. But if I love you, I'ma tell it to you. Never ruthless, you mature, get a pound out of deuces. Cause if I love you, I'ma tell it to you. Never ruthless, if mature, get a pound out of deuces.
To the spirit for helping me see the true. The tree is growing, a blessing to see the fruit. I consider all legitimate rebuke. I'm not infallible, I make mistakes too. I'm undoubtedly in need of grace. To believe God for anything, I need to faith. Yeah, no competition, but I'm in the race. Slow to speak, quick to listen, I'm just playing my position. Hey. Salute to the spirit for helping me see the true. The tree is growing, a blessing to see the fruit. I consider all legitimate rebuke. I'm not infallible, I make mistakes too. I'm undoubtedly in need of grace. To believe God for anything, I need to faith. Yeah, no competition, but I'm in the race. Slow to speak, quick to listen, I'm just playing my position. Hey.
We also have comedian Teases from Washington, D.C. And then we also have Chris Lawrence coming all the way representing Baltimore by way of Elkridge, right?
No, oh, yeah.
So, gentlemen, Good seeing you guys. Once again,
What's going on?
Coffee House Inside Vibe. Actually, we do this show monthly. The idea of the Lyrical Coffee House is bringing inspiration to you. Now, teases. What's been going on, man?
What's going on? Nothing, man. Just happy that we got a new president, man.
Tell me about it, man. So, Washington, D.C., you're actually in the city where everything's happening. So,
Yeah,
this past Wednesday.
yeah, man. Things I hope gonna start opening up. They had the military show. You know, you got to show your ID everywhere you go. Everything on lockdown. I actually forgot my ID in the house. You know, so they weren't trying to let me out the house. And I was like, well, I'm already stuck in the house due to COVID. Like, I ain't about to be stuck in here due to the National Guard. But, you know, they was trying to make sure I wasn't no Trump supporter. But I was like, I'm black, man. So he just let me go and pay.
All right, my man. So Chris Lawrence. So Chris, Baltimore, you've been doing a lot of comedy the last couple of years. You do a lot of political humor as well. So let me get your take on what happened this past Wednesday in Washington, D.C.
Well, I don't do a lot of political humor, mainly because, you know, I look like the problem. But I don't say his name anymore. He's kind of like Voldemort, so I will be referring to him as 45 from now on. And I just want to say, first off, on behalf of all the whites, we apologize for 45. Our bad. And then, you know, I will say, I mean, very, very excited. Looking forward. Everything is fixed now. Biden was inaugurated. Everything is fixed. Everything is great now. I got my $1,400 check in the mail. Everything's good. And we're just
you got
off to
your
the races.
$1,400 check already?
Well, again, Tim, I'm sorry, but you know the other thing. Did you see when Trump went away at Andrew? Oh, excuse me, when 45 went away at Andrews, his whole family was crying. Like I hadn't seen so many white tears since the U.S. beat the Soviets in the 1980 hockey game. I haven't seen so many white tears. It was amazing to me. That I was like, are these real, or did they use some Visine to like fake cry? Because I've never seen that family show emotion before in my life, ever. I swear half of them were robots. I had no idea what was going on. It was amazing to me.
Right, now, I want to get your take on this pardon list. The pardon list.
No, the pardon list. Uneventful. I have no. I mean, there was nothing uncontroversial about it to me. Everything looked great. It looked like a who's who at the Source Awards. Actually, is what I thought it was. I thought it was the guest list at the Source Awards for a second. I was like, oh, this is quaint. Oh, how about he dogged Joe Exotic though? Joe Exotic had a limousine waiting for him outside of prison, and Donald Trump didn't give Joe Exotic a pardon. But he gave another dude a pardon. He gave some other like radio DJ a pardon, and that dude didn't even ask for a pardon from 45, and he got one. So I have no idea what he was doing. It was pretty good.
That's hilarious.
They thought that R. Kelly was gonna get a pardon, but he didn't get one, man. It seemed like he was ready though, but yeah, he wasn't ready.
Nice. So, what have you guys been doing since COVID? I mean, you know, COVID, you know, comedy, and you guys still doing shows?
Jesus, you want to answer first?
Oh yeah, I'm doing Zoom shows, Zoom comedy shows.
Oh, wait now, Jesus. Rewind.
Huh?
So some people can understand this. So you just finished. You were doing comedy with Monique in Vegas by this time last year. So to go from on Vegas to Zoom shows, what's that like?
Man, it's a humbling experience altogether to be a comedian, because you could be on top of the world one day and somebody addict the next day doing shows, man. So we just work on our craft wherever we can. I actually did a funeral 2 weeks ago, man. A funeral repast. That was a little different for me.
You did comedy for a funeral?
Yeah, the repast, you know, when everybody eating and all that. Like, so I was like, I don't know how they gonna go. I guess I killed it.
That's funny.
Nah, but just been doing Zoom shows. Also, me and my wife, we started a podcast because we just sitting in the house doing nothing. It's called Talking with the Terrells. It's on all podcast platforms. Also, I'm the host of the Lyrical Coffee House comedy series.
Yes, sir.
So
It's coming up.
Got that coming out. Not giving up too much information about that, but yeah, just staying working on my craft, doing a lot of writing. I got like 3 composition books just on being in the house with my wife, and I don't even do them type jokes, but I'm gonna add it to the repertoire.
Now, Chris, you just started a podcast, right? I just saw that.
I started a movie podcast called Franchise It, where we're going to be talking about different movie franchises, movie by movie by movie. So it's coming out. It's going to drop in February. We're covering all over the board. We're doing Batman. We're doing Major League. We're doing Star Trek. We're doing The Crow. I got some other ideas in the hopper. I'm thinking about doing all the Fast and Furious movies because I hate myself secretly. And, it should be a good time. And I want to drop this. I didn't, one of our friend of the coffee house, Coy Lasone, he started a game show called Comic Genius. And I was recently on an episode of that. I'm not going to tell you how it ended, but let me tell you, man, he put on a great show. And you guys should check it out when it airs. Comic Genius.
Matter of fact, that segues us to where we're going to go next. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, Coy Lasone is actually one of the executive producers at WBGR, and he is actually one of the comedic writers for the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibes. So next up, you're going to see a skit by none other than Coy Lasone. Check it out.
So, look, folks, this is what we're going to do. We're going to prank some people that's going to come in that elevator. We're going to prank them. I'm going to sneak up on them with this mask and these gloves.
Ever wonder where the capital A in Chick-fil-A came from? It started with grade A, top quality chicken. But we believed everything, not just the food, should be grade A. A is for all the little things we do to bring you our best every day.
To me, the A in Chick-fil-A is a smile. I want to give the guests a little encouragement, maybe just a little joke that makes them laugh when they come through the drive-thru. We can stay 6 feet apart and have the best air high five.
I have none other than Osaze Murray himself in the Inside Vibe studio. So Osaze, so we were talking about your album Midnight. We're talking about the collaboration you did with Eshawn Burgundy, Jared Sanders, you have Monty G. You had none other than Ray Duggan, who's going to be up here in a few minutes. So you're going to watch his video. So give us some inspiring words, man, because we're in those of you, now this show is seen all over the world. Want to shout out to those watching us in Jamaica, those in the Caribbean, anywhere in Trinidad, Tobago. Shout out to my friends in Trinidad, Tobago. Those of you who are in Canada, we got the UK on here. Shout out to my man, Richard Sunday in Abuja, Nigeria, for checking us out. So once again, this is seen all over the world. So inspire us, man. We're in a time, man. This is of biblical proportions. I don't want to overstate stuff, but just what's going on here. Of course, I'm in the DC area, and of course, you're in that same area as well. We have people on this show from all over the world, but give us some words of encouragement for what's going on in this season.
Yeah, I'm really encouraged by what I'm getting out of the word of God. So in Genesis 26, you see like Isaac is repeating a destructive pattern that his dad did already. You know, he's lying about his wife, saying it's his sister. Abraham did the same number like 6 chapters earlier. And I'm just honing in on the fact that, you know what, I got to stop repeating destructive patterns. If there's a destructive pattern, if it's something I've seen done before, or if it's something that I've done before, I need to pay attention long enough to ask God to help me not to do it again. So it's like when you're driving in a car and you see somebody, you know, in front of you that's really slow. If you get past them and you get behind them again, it's your fault. So I can see it. And I'm asking God, like, God, show me these destructive patterns and help me to avoid them so I can actually do everything you want me to do in the time in which you want me to do it. So I hope somebody's encouraged and inspired by looking at, hey, God can show you the destructive patterns that have crippled you in the past or crippled members of your family in the past. And if he shows it to you, he's also showing you a way out.
That's good. You have a world premiere of a new song that actually has just been released. Matter of fact, you just released the new video on the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibes. We're honored. My man,
let's go.
I want you to set it up for us. So
yeah, I got to set it up. This is a perfect timing type of thing. It's called Power to the People. And it's basically saying, look, we got to bring power to the people and bring the people to power. So anytime a real leader who followed God did anything, that person never tried to take all the power themselves or all the credit themselves. They brought the people to power and they brought the power to people. And so we see how people are reacting when they try to hold on to power. We see that right now. No, we're not supposed to hold on to it. We're supposed to bring people to power and bring power to people. And so I think y'all love this song. This is the song that Jared jumped on, and it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
So ladies and gentlemen, the next song you're going to hear is what now?
Power to the People.
Power to the People. We're going to go ahead and check out the new world premiere of Power to the People, done by none other than Osai Zay Murray. Check it out.
I was like inspired to put together a record that just shout power to the people and bring people to power. It didn't matter if we recorded it late at night, early in the morning. We just had to bring God glory with it. Because without bringing them glory, what does it count?
Praise, doing homages, everything you promised, kids, crowning you the king, crown vixen, and pilots get rattling, speakers from drums on the intro. Came for the beat, yeah, stay for the ill flow, fitted cap, low, hoodie, headphone, fashionably late, letting it get warm. Power to the people while bringing people to power. The God of the universe and meteor showers, dance with the constellations, celestial spheres, patient with his kids, dry missiless tears. The sign language lady taking breaks to get her shout on. Hands down for a second, we begin to praise song. Bow like atonement, Revelation 24. The Haitians take their nation back 1804. No mark of the beast on foreheads or their hands. Ask my mans what we waiting on. Feel like we skating on thin ice, but you can hold my watch when we tussling. Clouds in the stones, nothing cloudy in the cup again. Only high on Jesus, Holy Spirit, Godfather. When they blow the car, I'm Apollonia, the martyr like.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
This is what I'm, what, yeah. I held my grandma in my hands until the ambulance came. If she was still alive, I hate that she would see this thing. Hands down, hands up, hands cuffed, they still kill us. Historically, she witnessed how those Memphis bullets took the life of Dr. King, and these young kings are still in danger. Taking these or standing up before a star-spangled banner. It don't matter, great matter, hate factors, hate rappers who won't get involved on fire. The Molotovs inside me. I'm burning, I can't let it ride. The beat vibes with calm demeanor. Exchanging for an ether, still I stand with Jesus, non-compliant. The alpha lion is promised, the lion is sits down like 7 metacarpuses. God, we need you. Promise I will school MCs, Ohio, Akron. Osazi is the first name and never will I blend. Stand out, shout power to people, bring them the power from God of the universe and meteor showers. Cosmic waters, rain on your sons and daughters. Stop the slaughters, let your justice flood the earth like the days of Noah. Or fire like you promised, and downs like manicures. You're the cure, we the people, the darkness for uninsured. Go.
I want to welcome to the studio. Of course, you guys just saw Osaze Murray. Shout out to Osaze Murray. DJ L Dub on the Wheels of Steel. And we have none other than Tamara Addison herself. Shout out to Tamara Addison. Now, we're going to show you we got special effects here at the Lyrical Coffee House. We've never done this before. We're going to actually pass the mic. So my man, Osaze, pass the mic over to, go pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic, pass the mic. Wow, look at that. That was amazing. That was amazing.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
Oh, that was hot. That was hot. That was hot. So, Tamara, I want to thank you once again. I want to thank you for your service. As we were just talking, you're a veteran of the Navy.
Yes, only the world's greatest, baby. Only the world's greatest.
I love it. Love it. So, matter of fact, we were just talking, and of course, Osaze is from a Navy town, and you used to be in the Navy. A little connection here. That's cool. So, now your background, I love your background. You looked at your bio. So, you got 3 degrees. You're a graduate of San Diego State University, the Aztecs, also home of Kawhi Leonard, my favorite NBA player. I don't know Kawhi, but, that's my man. All right. Plus, on top of that, you also have a master's degree from Azusa Pacific. It's good. Awesome.
I do. I'm just going to let you list it. Keep going.
Right, yeah. Then you also have another master's from, is that an MBA? Is that from Regent?
Yeah, it's still another master's of arts.
This is good. So this lady is so incredible. Ashley, you actually do workshops. Give us some of the workshops you do right quick.
I do a number of workshops. I do Love Notes workshops. Love Notes is where you sit down with me in a 1-hour session and I teach you how to write love notes to yourselves. Individuals might think that it's quite easy, but usually when you write down, you say all these negative things, but I allow you to look at yourself in a different way. And it's really therapeutic where you sit down and you bring out all the great qualities in yourself. Because how can you accept someone else's compliment about yourself if you can't even write great things about yourself? So I have a Love Notes workshops for individuals as well as couples. I have creative workshops where those who are creatives and they want to tap into their creativity, I do workshops for them where they sit one-on-one with me. And I also give them exercises where they can tap into their creativity. So I'm a creativity coach as well. And my background— You do this
by way of virtual, right?
Almost definitely virtual. And when we are able to come out of this pandemic, we'll be able to go one-on-one. So most definitely it is one-on-one virtual through Zoom. So you're able to actually go on my website, www.tamaraaddison.com, and you can see a variety of workshops that I offer you and invite you to take. But it's all about creativity. It's all about creativity.
So you have, I believe, so you just released your 3rd album?
You're counting, Mr. Tim Day. I like that.
Yes, it's good. It's good. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually see a piece that you actually have just recently done. So we're going to see that actual piece. What I want you to do right quick is I want you to introduce it for us. So take us as we go into this next part. This introduces our spoken word. And we have a number of spoken word artists from all over the country that are going to be here right on this show. But we're going to get the show started by none other than Miss Tamara Addison herself, bringing spoken word. Go ahead, set up the piece that you have.
Okay, awesome. The piece that you're about to see is called Us and You Equals Family. They say you don't get to choose your family. Well, we're here to say that's not true. Because we must be the lucky ones. We got to choose you, suited for change. And you got us all in our feelings, like one of those Shakespearean poems. How many ways can we show you that we love thee? Because us and you now equals family. You got those DC roots with that go-go attitude, and we're here to show you gratitude for all the times you showed us personal attention. By the way you would listen. You never assumed anything. You let us be us. Made us feel like the most beautiful women in the world with all that fuss. Saying things like, look at you, girl, give us a twirl. Look at you, yes, you're about to rule the world. Look at you. Together we rebranded the image of what the world thought of a woman like you. Then you said, now turn around, look in the mirror and tell me, what does Beyonce have on you? You have that humor, a way of making us feel like a natural woman. You make us want to stop running from who we could be. See, our belief in you and your belief in us is what has created this family. And now we're beginning to see a transformation in ourselves. All the times given to our needs, you planting the seeds, that we were here for a purpose, totally worth the investment. Us getting a job, a testament of your empowerment, your advocating, your trust, the confidence that you instilled in us. Us, who once heard words that will make us want to crawl into a shell. Us, who had been through hell, thrashing through life thinking we didn't have an escape route, but suited for change dissipated that doubt and enclothed us in professional armor so tight and assured us that we were worth the fight. See, each piece of clothing instrumental in telling our story before we even spoke. We stepped into that interview room and it was all she wrote. You should have seen them. Their eyes captivated on our signature piece of jewelry, each shine glimpse of our maturity. And then we employed the vernacular, taught by Fernanda to show them how spectacular it would be to have us as a part of their team. And this wasn't a dream or the Oz, but we were going down the yellow brick road and we were told to pick out our shoes, our flats, our pumps, our heels, because Robin said we were going further than Dorothy in Kansas. We were going to make money deals, make that dinero, and we believed it because she said so, and she's our shero with that vibe. And we could have done it without her, the suitors, our president Liz, who will forever be a part of our tribe. So us and you equals family, and we love you so much. Suited for change, you will forever be a part of us.
Beautiful butterfly. Some couldn't see you. When you were in your caterpillar stage, they tried to tree you, climb you for convenience, cut a branch or two for pain, then lean up against you as a cover from the rain. The narcissist games was your process for change. You were built to maneuver through complex terrain. Count it all joy. They were blind to your design. So your metamorphosis not once crossed their mind. Beautiful butterfly. Attracted to what's bright. Always helping others produce new seed with all your might. Moving at a new height. No longer ground level days. Not that you've forgotten. You're just focused in your new phase. A better version of who you are does now arise. The unfolding of the shaping and molding, it lies within your eyes. Once upon a time disguised, hidden for your own protection. God's plan for us is always what's best. No question. Teachable moments are on the journey of life's lessons. New day, new things. Transparency within your wings. Taste the atmosphere with your feet. Keep it moving on the scene. Different frequency. Mount Everest level. When you roost, you get your boost. Second wind. Nobody mad but the devil. Beautiful butterfly. Who knew days would be like this? The sign your purpose was close is when Judas gave you that kiss. Nevertheless, you made it out of the pit. And the path that lies ahead is towards your destiny and not your ditch. Beautiful butterfly. Today's a new day. Embrace the new you. Your past was never meant to stay. Beautiful butterfly.
New me. Friendship is a miracle. Two souls from opposing poles forming a connection. Happening in the unlikeliest of places, in the space between words. Awkward glances, an introduction, interactions that went from sentences to pages, extending to chapters and volumes. A friendship stranger than fan fiction, characters and universes never meant to coexist, sharing the same story. This seemed easier as a child. Friends formed with the ease of a smile. When the lips parted, the relationship started. No distance. The heart was unguarded. Like an abundant garden ripe for harvesting, never out of season. Sometimes comrades fall away like the autumn leaves. Relationships often retreat into hibernation, and when they see shadows, winter's lonely grasp lingers, longer than most care for. Spring is meant for cleaning, clustered cobwebs of cloudy communication, pruning branches that bear no fruit. God bless the flora with love at its root. Some things don't make it through the summer. Flings of passion without substance. Vacations from the mundane circling back to the ordinary. The sun's unforgiving gaze scorches the brittle. Only those who have fellowship with the shade will wave at the next day before the heat does. As children, friends were collected. As adults, we're quick to bring an axe, hatchets buried into friends' trunks, grown with no one around, leaves us stumped. We speak of the Last Supper, unaware, having 12 people to eat dinner with in your 30s is a miracle. Wait on him. When I sit in a chair, that's a trust fall. I'm trusting that the chair will hold me up, that it won't allow gravity to get the best of me, that it can hold all of me, not just the easy parts. I can rest in it, confident the chair's ability to carry me is infinite. See, that's called faith. I wasn't there when the stainless steel was chosen, formed and forged into a form capable of holding heavy humans up to a point. I didn't inspect the seat for a weight requirement. For the chair's confirmation, I didn't wait on it. Instead, I just put my weight on it. It's funny how we have so many substances we can swing from, all types of things so we can get our fiend on. The future is sober, but presently encouraging us to get our lean on. Food fills our bellies, but doesn't promise us a full life. All the sex in the world can't heal the loneliness sleeping inside ourselves. No medicine can heal all the pain and trauma residing inside ourselves. Loading up carts from Amazon and Target can't retail therapy. All of these things are temporary and ain't really helping. What do you lay your soul on when you've been going strong for so long and what you thought was right was oh so wrong? You exhausted under them bright lights, but the show must go on. Who do you call on? There's only one source after all others have long gone. The universe doesn't know me. The ancestors can't help me cope. I need a living hope, a breathing reason for while I make it out this season. Everybody got something they believe in,
Some Southerners still have pride, even if it amounted to treason. I believe in the Son of Man. They bleached his skin over time, but I know his arms were as dark as mine. I lean on the one who calls me friend and brother. Folks hear the name Jesus and got him all figured out. Oh, you mean the one folks claim to follow, but they really want his clout? He got millions of followers, but few ever walk his teachings out. Yeah, that's him, the one I put my weight on. Strong enough to hold my hypocrisy and doubts my questions, can do him no harm. I don't need to see to know he's by my side. I mean, how many saints died for civil rights and never saw the prize? That's why I'm glad faith ain't dependent on our eyes. If you don't see it now, it'll happen on the other side. So come inside and lay down your thoughts of suicide. You'll feel right at home with the cornerstone. He was built for this. So please, put all your weight on him.
My name is Courtney Dover, and this piece right here that I'm going to be doing is called Words, a Creative Force. What if I were to tell you that words were not created to communicate, but rather they were designed to create? My spirit executes the breath of life. I breathe and exhale spirit matter into the atmosphere. And for that fact alone, my words are spirit, containers filled with faith, coated with instruction to go forth and create. And believe me, they do obey the authority of a son of God. And I'm loaded with ammunition. Call me a walking thesaurus. I got a plethora of words stirring like porridge in my mind's eye. And when I speak, they come to pass like quarterbacks. I'm in the God class. Refer to me as a speaking spirit clothed in flesh. This body is what connects my spirit to the physical and gives me access to this planet. Do you really believe that words are the only vehicle by which a person can interpret the intent, desire, and will of the next man's heart? Say what you mean and mean what you say. A lesson I learned in great detail from my teacher in the 5th grade. Words, a creative force, the ability to shape your future the way you see fit. Everyone take a moment and close your eyes. Think about everything going on in your life right now, good or bad. Have you ever spoken those words out loud before the situation arose? Are you the cause of all your woes? They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I say success is in the mouth of the true ruler. I'm made in the image and likeness of God. And let them have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over the cattle and over all of the earth. So how do you execute this authority? I see problems arise and I speak to them. Angels are on assignment to bring my words to pass and change the climate. Are you a thermostat or a thermometer? Does your language reflect your environment, or does your speech control everything in its reach to mirror your spirit's desire? I used to say you nice on the mic if you spit fire, talking about cars and clothes, chains and things you seek to acquire, when really you ain't talking about nothing. But the sons of God, we breathe in unison like a choir to speak life and inspire the writer to create
How
words.
y'all doing? You can't answer me because I'm not in front of you, so you should type it in the chat. Let me know how you doing. You good? Okay, you fine. Well, I got 10 hours to say at least 2 of y'all are still in here lying, and I mean, it's time to separate the real from the fake. It's time to talk about those who keep 100 versus what it means to relate. I mean, what does it mean to be real, authentic, and true? Because nowadays, people tend to only relate it to how well they present yourself to you. See, we live in a time where transparency is mistaken for a mirror. Like if I clean up my surface, then I can show you yourself clearer with lies like, I'm fine, good, thanks, I'm chilling. Knowing daggone well we got things bottled up inside of us that prevent us from living. See, real really ain't real no more. Real ain't reality because we act like we don't feel no more. We will never be the realest if we don't present ourselves the clearest. Stop with the filters and show that we're ill. Ill like sick because our smiles of medicine only hide the symptoms like an egg over a chicken. If we keep flicking our wrist, our scars will eventually show. Band-aids and bruises, bumps, cuts, we're losing, but we turn off the scoreboard so nobody sees our gameplay really ain't producing. Results, we're far from it. And it results in a log in our eye growing bigger in size while the fruit on our branches shrivel and die. But we'd rather not hear that. Correction, we rather not listen. See, we can be real with everyone else, telling them how they're lacking and where they're missing, but we fail to be real with ourselves. I mean, we've got so much to say when it comes to anyone else, but when it comes to us, we front perfected. Then go home to our infected reflections, sitting in uncorrected depressions to plan out tomorrow's impressions, or should I say oppressions, because our discretion and lack of confession causes a disconnection within ourselves. And so I've got a question. I mean, why do we hide our imperfections? Aren't they the very things that turn our trials into lessons or our troubles into blessings? The very things that make us different but keep you growing like the rest of us. The very things that make us grateful that despite it, God still sees the best in us. I mean, Jesus came to die for our sins and make do with our flaws. That was his job. But hiding ours from the world is pretty much equivalent to us saying, I mean, I don't need a God. It's a waste of the grace he paid so dearly to provide, like spitting his face front and saying, I'm perfect, and it's because of me I'm alive. So for me, I will strive in this race to show the best of me, and if my bad ever gets out, I promise you, that'll be the death in me. But we place weights on ourselves as we place these boulders on our shelves. Too much pride to look in the mirror and admit that we need saving, and too much guilt to fall to our faces and just bask in its greatness. But don't get caught in the hype of the world's opinions. Blind to the fact it's him who you're missing, because by him you're conditioned to be everything but imprisoned in your condition. So I suggest you take that as permission. See, he'll take his shine and make you glisten. He'll take these lines and make you listen. He'll take these bars and make you grip them, have you flipping, hopping, skipping, all Jesus turned like, call me different. Canceling out religion because you know you've been forgiven and your flaws are purpose-driven. So I suggest you take that as permission to start a new tradition. As you walk in this vision of how you handle your affliction, showing that he is risen by being open in opposition, and let the measure of your realness be in your choice of that decision. In peace.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I wish I could snap 10 times, 20 times, a million times. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up then for none other than Cookie B, live on the Lyrical Coffee House inside. Now, Cookie, now where can we follow you? If people want to follow you, how do we follow you?
Well, if you want to follow me, you can drive to Boston. No, kidding.
Oh, you funny, you funny. That's funny. You got jokes.
You can find me at It's Cookie B on all social media platforms. You have to put the it's, so it's Cookie B. All social media, so Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, that's it. And my website is the same thing. It's cookieb.com. Connect with me, find me, follow me, not in a creepy way, but I'm here to talk and listen.
Love it, love it, love it, love it. So, ladies and gentlemen, give it up once again for Cookie B on the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibes. Awesome, lady. You should call that one Shine. Call it Shine. Let's call it Shine. That's a new name, Shine. I love it, Shine. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick commercial break. Thank you for watching us here on the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibes Spoken Word Edition. DJ L Dub, take us to commercial break.
We lost our strength when we were torn from our heritage. That's what they say. We know a new generation of kings and queens in America are claiming their thrones. From scientists to activists, from educators to entertainers, we're changing the world. We see you, new kings and queens. We're one community that continues to beat the odds. And now, we're focused on our money. Rise up and make Black history today. It's time to unleash the king and queen in you. Get the card. Bank Black at oneunited.com. Proud member FDIC.
Other than Marquise Dolford, he's a national recording artist. Give it up for him.
Hey, everybody. Oh, my goodness. I'm excited to be a part, and thank you, Tim, and to Lyrical Coffee House. I celebrate you all and grateful for this opportunity.
Man, matter of fact, I first met you probably about 4 years ago.
It's been about 4 years.
One of our bits. Right. I think at the time you would I think you just performed at the Stellar Awards. I think I got you that same week, and you just got back.
Yeah.
I was thankful to have you perform, and you took it to another level, man. I was like, who is this young man?
Yeah, it was a great time about 4 years ago. It's been 4 years, Tim. Wow, it's been a while.
Man, you gotten older.
Yeah. And I pray I got a little wiser too.
You gotten a lot wiser. Well, now I'm excited about where God is taking you. So
yeah,
you're one of the worship leaders at First Baptist Church of Glenarden.
Yeah, I'm one of the youth worship directors at First Baptist Church of Glenarden, where Pastor John K. Jenkins is the senior pastor. Shout out to my pastor. I love him so much.
Man, matter of fact, when I first launched the Lyrical Coffee House, I had the honor of having dinner with Pastor Jenkins, and I had told him, I said, I'm about to launch the Lyrical Coffee House, and I said to myself, man, why did I tell him that? Because now I got to actually launch it now, you know. So
yeah, there you go.
Shout out to Pastor John Jenkins. Yes, sir. So you have 5 singles.
Yes, 5 singles out. Wow.
Man, this is amazing.
Oh my goodness.
All right, so let's run down the line. So you got Your Way.
Have Your Way. Yes, I have.
You Know.
Yep.
Worship You.
Yep.
The Greatest
Gift. Yep.
The Greatest Gift, and My Thank You.
My Thank You is different. That's right.
My Thank You is different, man. I need to explain that one. So how is your thank you different? Explain that, brother.
I'm telling you, and it's so, I think it's so timely for this time. When the Lord gave me that song, I just was evaluating 2020 and all how we woke up March 13th and everyone was going on to their normal life, right? People were at work, but then this pandemic broke out, right? And everybody was sent home, and it was the last day for some that have been into the office, for others to be approached by surprise news from different, job cuts, and others, losing loved ones over the year. And it was just so much. And before 2020, I would thank God for, my house and my job and all of those things that God has blessed me with. And not to say that we shouldn't be thankful for those things, but as I started to make it through 2020, I started to have a different kind of thank you. I started thanking God for life. I started thanking Him for helping me get through a tough transition. I lost one of my great friends last year. And but if it wasn't for God's strength, if it wasn't for God's mercy and grace to just kind of help me get through that tough situation, and there may be somebody that's watching now that you've had some hills to climb, right? You've had some struggles to overcome, right? Or you had to kind of get through some situations that you felt calamity hit your life, right? God has been right there with you, and you made it here in 2021 by the grace of God. And so I'm excited because our thank you is different.
Amen. I love it. Now, so the point of the Lyrical Coffee House, ladies and gentlemen, is we bring inspiration to you. Now, the clue to this is the inspiration is really Jesus.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I want you to do, and you've set this up already. There's someone here that's watching this that maybe doesn't know Jesus, or maybe their relationship with Jesus has fallen short. Just reading this, George Barna. George Barna does church research, and did this article about the state of the church. This is back in June, and in his research, he found that 1/3 of the church left the church. Say it again. 1/3 of the church stopped going to church.
Wow.
1/3 of the church switched churches. The other 1/3 of the church is still in the same church. Now, you're a millennial, young man, millennial. In his research, he also found that 50% of millennials stop going to church.
Wow, 50%.
Stop. 50% just stop. No online, no, because church is kind of different now.
Yeah.
Speak to that millennial, that young person who might have left the church, and give them a reason why they need to continue this relationship with the Lord, or to be inspired. So pick it up from there. So help me out.
Absolutely. I first want to say that we were created to depend on God. You know, there's opportunities and situations that whatever the world can try to offer you, it's only going to numb you. It's never going to fix the situation or the problem. And sometimes we don't sit in a place long enough for God to be who he is in our life, whether he needs to be a healer, whether he needs to be a deliverer. So what we do is we put God on a time frame and we say, God, if you don't heal me in this moment, then I'm leaving this situation. If you don't deliver me in this time, then this wasn't for me. However, God is saying the more that you trust me and you try me, the more that I can show and prove that I'm God. The simple reason why you get up every single day and have breath in your body is by the grace of God, you know? And it doesn't matter for you millennials that might be watching, or anybody rather. I know this for a fact. There is no place on earth that you can go, that you can, and no matter what you can do, that will separate you from the love of God. God literally loves you. He's waiting with his arms stretched out, waiting to embrace you every single day. I know that it may be hard to say, how can God love me and I did this? How can God forgive me and I did this? But one thing I love about our God is that it's not by the works that we do that dictates the character of who God is, right? God is going to be God, and he's going to love us, and he's going to keep us, and he's going to protect us, because that is just his character. That is just the character of God. And so you have the opportunity to say yes to God. And the more you say yes to God, then God will show up in your life and do some incredible things. And the last thing I want to say to that is that there is somebody that is waiting on your yes and your obedience. Amen. There's somebody. It could be your friend. It could be your to God, and you start walking into the promises and the purpose that he has for your life. The people around you will start to see the light and the darkness that is in them. And when I say darkness, meaning that the ways that aren't of God that are in them, they will be convicted to change.
Man, that was good. That was a nice sermonette, brother. Listen. Now let's do this right quick.
Yeah.
Well, your latest single, matter of fact, you got an album that came out last year.
Yep. Escape.
Yeah, I picked it up, man. It was fire.
You did. Yeah.
Fire. Now, your latest single, which is Love Me for Who I Am.
Mm-hmm.
Explain that to me, please.
Love Me for Who I Am. When I got that song, that's for all my people that are out there that's dealing with insecurities. That's for all my people out there that's dealing with low self-esteem. That I wrote that song because I was in a low place. I did not experience, let me not say experience, I'm going to say I did not realize God's love for me. Because I experienced God's love for me all through my life. That's why I'm here, right? But I did not realize his love. And so I would often find myself seeking love in other places. I was turning up. I was partying. I'm going to be real with y'all. I was partying. I was hanging out. I was that guy, and if you want to call it that guy,
cool.
Right? So I found myself really in a low place, and I would go to the gym trying to work out, right, to draw the attention, to fill the void of wanting to be wanted, right? And you got to be careful about that, because you can't be distracted and drawn away from God and from your purpose because of your wants, right? And so I would find myself being wanted by women and wanted by people. And so I would go to the gym because back then that was an era and a period of time where everybody wanted a light skin and a six pack. That was just the thing. That was the era, right? And so I was like, well, I can't bleach my skin, so I guess I can get one of the two, right? And so literally I said, I'm going to the gym, but I remember I came out of the gym and I was, had tears in my eyes because I'm like, I feel like I'm working, God, and it just doesn't seem like anything is changing. And God responded back to me, I love you in spite of what you consider a flaw. It's not a flaw to God because he looked at you and said that you're good. But you consider it to be a flaw. And so I said, what what does this mean? And so God simply sung it to me. He was like, I love you in spite of your flaws. When you messed up, I was there through it all. I proved it when I died on the cross. I know you love me for who I am. And I was like, dang, this is it. So I just started penning it out. God, the Holy Spirit was rolling and rolling, and that's where that song came from.
Man, that's good. Now, you were actually recently nominated for a Stellar Award.
Yeah, so I had an opportunity to, for the project work, to be nominated for a Stellar Award. I was really excited. I thought this was my breaking year, y'all. I thought it was. I was like, oh my gosh, let's go. We're going to the Stellars. And we hit March. Stellars was March 22nd, y'all. March 22nd. So y'all know when March 13th came and they shut everything down, I was hurt. Because I was walking the red carpet. I was like, let's go, Jesus, let's go. And it did. I was hurt. But here I am. It was just an honor to be considered a part of the other legends, right, in categories with phenomenal bodies of my brothers and sisters in Christ, right? And above the award recognition, right? I love the fact that somebody was blessed by this record, right? And people were touched. So,
man, so we're going to go ahead and close this segment out. So I want you to introduce your new video that just got released.
Yeah.
Exclusive. So I'm going to let you go ahead and set that up. And then the other side of this break, we're going to go ahead and watch your new song, which is
Love Me For Who I Am, y'all. Please check this out, featuring the incomparable, the amazing, the phenomenal, my sister, Erica Edmond. Thank you, Tim, again, and Lyrical Coffee House. I love you guys.
Amen. God bless.
I was lost,
but you found me.
I was broken,
and you healed me.
Was bound,
then you freed me.
I didn't believe that you could really love me until that day when you gave me grace. You wiped the tears off my face when I was such a disgrace. And I'm not ashamed to call out your name, 'cause you never changed. You love me for who I am.
You love me in spite of my flaws. When I messed up, you were there through it all.
You proved it.
You proved it.
Yes, you
when
did.
You died on the cross. I know
you love me.
You love me for who I am.
Thank you for loving me. Thank you for keeping me. I was empty,
but your love lifted me.
I had no confidence,
even though you gifted me.
And when I stumbled,
you gave me a helping hand.
You always forgive me, God,
again and again.
'Cause until the day when you gave me grace, you wiped the tears off my face.
When I was such a disgrace,
I'm not ashamed to call out your name, 'cause you never change. You love me for who I am.
You love me in spite of my flaws.
When I messed up,
you were there through it all.
You proved it, yeah.
You proved it when you died on the cross. I know you love me for who I am. When I messed up, you were there through it all. You proved it when you died on the cross. I know you love me for who I am.
Lionel and Leslie. It's Praise Him.
Some people call me crazy when I lift my hands to the Most High.
Nielsen Top 100 Gospel Singles Chart.
And I don't know why. See, I know the truth about Him. He saved my soul and He saved my life. This is why I praise Him.
Nielsen number 1 Gospel Internet Radio Chart.
Just because they don't know all the mess He's seen me through. See, He's an awesome God there when I need Him and there on time. This is why I praise Him.
Number 4 Billboard Most Added Indicator Chart.
For my mother, father, brother, sister too.
Then He came and held my hand, He led the way. Oh my
Download your copy today. It's Lionel and Leslie. Praise Him.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Tim Day with the Lyrical Coffee House Inside Vibes. Want to thank you again for joining us for this special occasion on WBGR TV. Also want to thank those who are watching us on Amazon Fire Stick, also on Roku TV, Facebook Live, wherever you were watching us. We want to thank you for joining us on this special event. Also, shout out to Stellar Nominee Award artist Marquise Dolford, who was actually with us. Thank you, man, for joining us on this show. You guys watched some of the hottest spoken word artists. We had Miss Tamara Addison. We had Miss Ursula Camille out of Raleigh, North Carolina. You guys also saw Kenny Fresh. We also had Courtney Adrian. And ladies and gentlemen, we also had a special sneak from Cookie B. Also shout out to Asaze Murray. But I want to also bring back to the stage none other than Jesus and Chris Lawrence. Guys, thank you for joining us on this special Lyrical Coffee House show.
We are back.
We're back. So, right quick, before we end this show, with quick shout out. So we're having a special event on Sunday, February 14th. That's our next Lyrical Coffee House show here on WBGR TV. That show is going to be our Valentine's show. Now, you don't have to actually have somebody to be on this show, so please check the show out. That show is going to be featuring Robert Persons. He's an inspirational jazz artist. When his last single came out a couple years ago, he debuted number 12 on the Billboard Jazz Chart. So he'll actually be on this show. We also have Ginger on sax, playing the sax. She's going to actually play a duet with her husband, Mr. Martin Cornwell. Now, Martin was the lead guitar player for Harold Melvin in the Blue Notes.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, love this brother. Anytime you heard someone playing the guitar in Harold Melvin Blue Notes, it was probably Martin. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, you need to be back here on Sunday, February 14th for the next Lyrical Coffee House. Now, as we close this out, shout out once again to Teases. We forgot to mention this, that podcast. Yeah, I think you were the top 200 of all podcasts now.
Yeah, we're number 169 out of all podcasts.
Man, that's hot, man. Congratulations. Now,
Thank you.
Chris just started his podcast. Once again, shout out for Chris for your podcast. Now, before we close this out, Tease, what do you got going on, man? You got anything special coming up?
With just Zoom shows, and I would like to tell anybody, if you're looking for a comedian, book me. I like to plug that real quick, and like Tim say, our podcast, which are on all podcast platforms. That's Talking with the Terrells. That's me and my wife. We We drop some jewels. We have fun. It ain't your boring podcast that you usually listen to. Full of excitement, full of love.
Excellent. Now, Chris Lawrence, what you got going on?
Well, you can check me out on Amazon Prime on a little political thing called Debate Night at Quarantine Comedy, where I play star of the inauguration, Bernie Sanders. But this was before he had his cool mittens and became the meme lord with the Wu-Tang Clan and, photoshopped in movies like Friday and Star Wars and everything like that. But you can check out the meme that I did right here. It says, man, I miss comedy before COVID. Comedy before COVID. There I am telling a joke to Bernie. That's 80% of comedy shows, by the way, folks. I mean, that's the real life, right? Except for, of course, Lyrical coffee houses, which are sold out all the time because of the man Tim Day, who knows how to promote shows.
Yes,
but I'm also I mentioned, you mentioned, Tim, that I'm going to be starting a podcast in February called Franchise It. And I'm also the director of operations for the Ellicott City Comedy Festival in Ellicott City, Maryland. So hopefully when the world starts back up, we'll have live comedy. And I hope you guys can be involved. So that's what I got going on. And Zoom shows, just like Teases said. And my daughter got braces. So I need to be booked, and I'll sell blood. I'll sell plasma. Whatever needs to be sold, I will sell it to finance those braces. Thank you very much.
Now, let's go and do this. As we close this show out, ladies and gentlemen, once again for checking us out, I want to actually have Mr. DJ L-Dub, in my opinion, the baddest gospel house DJ in the land, representing Chicago, Illinois, now by way of Washington, D.C. DJ L-Dub, how you doing, sir?
All right, sir.
What you got going on, man? What you got going on during this COVID?
Very excited to be a part of the Lyrical Coffee House. That's the first thing going. But I have a lot of other projects that are coming down the road. If you want to hear me, hit me up. It's DJ L-Dub, both on Twitter and on Instagram. Shout outs to all my gospel house brothers and sisters out there doing their thing. Much love.
Excellent. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to do the 10-minute workout as we close this show out. Once again, thank you for joining us. And as we always say, bring inspiration to somebody today. DJ L-Dub, take it away.
Let's go. You've been listening to the Lyrical Coffee House with Tim Day. This is DJ L-Dub. Let's go.
There was a time when I was low, with no direction, nowhere to go. With functions wide, I found a place forever, everlasting grace. You pick me up when I am down. Let my feet on solid ground. Let everything that has breath taste long. For it is He who brought me through it all. I knew He'd find me a way. Forever He'll make my body raise. He lifted me up when I was down. Just let my feet solid ground. Whenever time seems so dim, I know I can count on Him. In the darkest hour, I look to Him for my soul power. You lift me up when I am down, and plant my feet on solid ground. They come from all stress wide, for my sins, carry down. Where should I be without the Lord? He gives me strength, I'm strong. You lift me up, and I am down. He my foot, Birds singing in the trees, singing songs that you never heard. Dancing in the bird song, and the smiling's never done. Whoa, the freedom light that washes away all my pain. And I doesn't seem like reality, but it's here, right in front of me. I love things like this. Yeah, I love things like this. It's here. Here comes the sun. Whoa. I love the sun.
From which to preach. The drum major instinct. The drum major instinct. And instinct, the kind of drum major instinct, a desire to be out front, a desire to lead the parade, a desire to be first. It is something that runs the whole gamut of life. So before we condemn them, let us see that we all have running things. We all want to be important, to surpass others, to achieve distinction, to lead the parade. You know, we can enter a vast life to put up first. Our first cry as a baby was a blue portrait. And all his childhood from nature, impulse or instinct is a major obsession. Children ask life to grant them first place. They are little bundles of evil. They have innately from major instincts.
You've been listening to the Lyrical Coffee House. This is DJ L-Dub signing out. God bless.
Awesome job, awesome job, awesome job. Awesome job, awesome job, awesome
Thank you.
job.
Thank you.
Awesome job, sir.